We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Today is Super Tuesday, the biggest day of the primary season for the 2024 election. Coming up, where votes are being cast. It's a big day in Annapolis. The new push by two of the state's top prosecutors to strengthen the state's crime laws. And we are on verdict watch in the trial of the man charged with killing Baltimore City police officer Kiana Holly. The decisions the jury will have to make. That's coming up. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. It is going to be a big day in Annapolis. In the coming hour, two of the state's top prosecutors will come together to show their support of the Maryland organized crime bill. At noon, Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates and Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy will announce their support of House Bill 1063. And then an hour later at 1 o'clock, there will be a hearing over the bill in the Judiciary Committee. Now, the proposed bill would broaden the consequences for individuals who financially profit from the illicit activities of gangs. In particular, it would go after carjackers and those who direct young people to commit carjackings. Both Bates and Braveboy have previously explained why that's crucial. Take a listen.
A lot of what we're seeing now are more sophisticated operations involving multiple levels of people who are benefiting from this type of crime.
I think one of the things you see criminal organizations able to use juveniles and to say, hey, nothing's going to happen to you in the first place, so we're going to direct you to do that type of behavior. We want to make sure that child is treated as a child and protected from some of the individuals that will prey on them because of the laws.
Again, that press conference is set for noon today in Annapolis. The hearing will follow at 1. We'll bring that to you online and bring you a closer look on Fox 45 News at 4. Baltimore City Mayor Brandon Scott will also be in Annapolis today. At 1 o'clock, he'll testify before the House Appropriations Committee in support of House Bill 1334. The bill extends funding for Project CORE and its work in the city to address the city's vacant homes. Meanwhile, Maryland is one step closer to seeing a juvenile crime bill become law. In a late-night session, the Senate passes a bill aimed at tackling juvenile justice.
It's a big step in the right direction. Now we conference with the House, and we'll move forward from there.
Well, now this comes on the heels of the House passing its own bill late last week. But while the bill passed with bipartisan support, not everyone is satisfied. Olivia Dance brings us a closer look at the efforts to get the bill on Governor Moore's desk. Olivia.
Well, this morning here in Annapolis, lawmakers are one step closer to a bill becoming law. The Senate voting in favor of a new juvenile crime bill, 43-2.
It's a big step in the right direction. Now we conference with the House, and we'll move forward from there. We'll start our work this week. And there are some discrepancies between the House and the Senate. We'll reconcile those, and I'm confident we'll move forward with a good product.
The proposed legislation is expected to deal with gaps in the juvenile justice system while providing accountability and needed services for juvenile offenders. Senators Jill Carter, a Democrat from Baltimore City, and Charles Sindor III, a Democrat from Baltimore County, the only two opposing the bill. The Senate's version differs slightly from the House version, but both versions expand the jurisdiction of the Department of Juvenile Services, expanding it to include children between 10 to 12 years old. But one of the biggest differences between the House and Senate versions of this legislation is how to deal with those same aged offenders who steal cars. The Senate's version calls for a child in need of supervision or SINS petition, which kickstarts a court-ordered programming process for those involved. However, in the House version, those offenders on their first offense are automatically taken to a diversionary program instead of going through DJS.
What I heard the House do in terms of diverting for the first offense and then providing jurisdiction, to me that makes sense. Hopefully that can be brought into the Senate version.
Both sides have said the differences will be worked out, and then both chambers will vote on the final version. They expect that to happen soon. But for now, reporting in Annapolis, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
While the juvenile crime bill is making progress, several other crime-centered bills don't seem to be getting anywhere. The Violent Firearms Offender Act would crack down on some gun crimes and put stricter penalties on repeat offenders. That bill hasn't had a hearing since January. The Pava Marie LePere Act, that would limit early release from prison for violent convicted sex offenders. That is still in committee. The Department of Juvenile Services Transparency Act, also still in committee. It would require DJS to report to the General Assembly with certain information regarding the number of shootings by juveniles under the department's supervision. If you feel like your juvenile crime concerns aren't being heard, reach out to your lawmakers. House Speaker Adrian Jones and Senate President Bill Ferguson are two of the most powerful voices in Annapolis. Their phone numbers and email addresses are on your screen. Topping your Vote 2024 news, today is Super Tuesday. It is the largest draw for either political party on a single day, with hundreds of delegates at stake. The premier race focuses on the 2024 presidential nominations. Both President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump are expected to move closer to a possible historic rematch in November. Now, there are some key primary races to watch out for on Super Tuesday besides the presidential race. In California, there is a Democratic primary to nominate a candidate to fill the Senate seat held by the late Senator Dianne Feinstein. North Carolina holding Democratic and Republican primaries for this year's gubernatorial election. And Texas also holding a Democratic primary for the Senate. Taking a look now at stories making national news. Top left, a small plane goes down overnight in Nashville, killing 5 people. Top right, crews are battling a massive industrial fire in Michigan. Bottom left now, in Texas, a controversial immigration law is on pause. The Supreme Court has frozen enforcement of the law, allowing police to arrest those suspected of entering the country illegally. And then bottom right, the prosecution rests in the manslaughter trial of Rust armorer Hannah Gutierrez. Today, her lawyers will begin their defense. 11:07 now, and here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1, we are on verdict watch in the double murder trial of Elliot Knox. Knox is one of 2 men accused of killing Baltimore City police officer Kiana Hawley and civilian Justin Johnson. This was back in 2021. Jurors will need to come to a unanimous decision to determine if Knox is guilty of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit, and 4 firearm charges. Trending number 2, police in Anne Arundel County are investigating after a man was shot and killed in Brooklyn Park. It happened near Bonnier Avenue around 3:30 Monday afternoon. Anyone with information is urged to contact Anne Arundel County Police. Trending number 3, a new polling paid for by former Mayor Sheila Dixon's campaign shows she's gaining a slight edge over Mayor Brandon Scott. The poll shows Dixon polling with 40% support, Scott at 37%. Only 8% of voters polled are undecided. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, weather, anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Well, still ahead, just how much money do you need to have to be in the top 1%? We're going to break down that number and chat about how much it's gone up since last year. And when it comes to watching TV, Gen Z isn't just watching, they're also reading. Why more and more young people are turning on subtitles. It drives me crazy. A new audit is spelling trouble for Boeing. The new problems the FAA is pointing out, that's just ahead.
Yeah, after a rainy start to the day, things are looking better as we head into the second half. Clouds will give way to a little bit of sun and temperatures will warm into the upper 50s. But I am tracking more rain tomorrow. I've got an updated look at exactly when the showers return and how much rain we're actually expecting all the way through the weekend in a couple of minutes on Fox 45 News Midday at 11.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
11:10, taking a look at your social stream. More bad news for Boeing and travelers. An audit by the FAA shows the airplane maker fails to meet manufacturing quality standards. Not good if you're flying. The FAA says its audit of the 737 MAX finds multiple non-compliance issues with Boeing and their supplier, Spirit Aerosystems. The non-compliance issues include Boeing's manufacturing process control, their storage, and their handling of parts. Reaction to that, a lot of conversation around this. It tends to happen when you abdicate your responsibility for safety as a federal regulator to a private company to self-regulate when it is driven primarily to maximize profits and minimize costs. Another saying, surely this time will be the wake-up call. France becomes the first and only country to explicitly guarantee abortion care as a constitutional right. Parliament approved a bill to enshrine the right to choose. President Emmanuel Macron vowed to make the right irreversible in the wake of the U.S. rollback. Reaction this morning, great move. Access to safe abortion is a human right. Another, disastrous. Without the right to life, no other rights exist. Eagle center Jason Kelce makes his retirement official after 13 seasons and a Hall of Fame resume. Yeah, tears still pouring. Kelce, a 7-time Pro Bowl, 6-time first team All-Pro selection, Super Bowl champion with one of the greatest personalities in the NFL, making that announcement in a tearful speech Monday alongside his family, hugging all of them now. A lot of you in tears and enjoying his speech. There's plenty of elite football players in the world. One look at the Hall of Fame can tell you that, but there are a few who share the level of humility, empathy, and good old-fashioned kindness as Jason Kelce, forever a Philly legend. Thank you, 62. And then another. Taylor Swift decided to give Travis Kelce a chance, and now here I am crying over Jason Kelce's retirement announcement. That's funny. All right, still ahead, going viral for all the wrong reasons. The fight between a Boston restaurant and a would-be diner that is going viral. And the first ever over-the-counter birth control pill is heading to store shelves. Just how effective the pill is and what makes it different from some prescription versions. 11:13 now on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:14). We are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor, the Peruvian tall ship we've been looking at all morning. If you are heading out today, you're going to need your umbrella. Don't let it too far out of your sight because you're going to need it for the rest of the week as well. Beyond today, we're going to check in with meteorologist Amy Aronson to see when all this rain finally moves out. Developing now, Palestinian officials say an Israeli airstrike early this morning killed at least 17 people in southern Gaza. Those deaths bring the total number of people who died in the last 24 hours to 97 people, according to Palestinian officials. In a statement, the Israeli military says it was carrying out targeted raids while also trying to move civilians out of the area. Israel is again criticizing the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees. Israeli officials claim 450 employees of the UN's Palestinian Agency were members of militant groups in the Gaza Strip. This latest criticism comes after Israel accused 12 of the agency's employees of participating in Hamas's October 7th attack. North Korea is threatening to respond to the ongoing military drills between the U.S. and South Korea. North Korea's defense minister says it is strongly denouncing what it calls reckless military drills from the U.S. and the South. Making headlines, the White House is lifting the pandemic protocol surrounding the first and second couples. That means those coming into contact with President Biden will no longer be required to take a COVID test beforehand. The White House testing protocol began in 2020 when Trump was in office. The first shipments of over-the-counter birth control have been sent out. O-pill is a progestin-only drug often called a mini pill. It's known to have fewer side effects than combination pills that contain estrogen. O-pill is up to 98% effective with perfect use, or about 91% effective with typical use. Coming up tonight on Fox 45 News at 4, jury deliberations continue in the trial of the man accused of murdering a Baltimore police officer. We'll bring you the latest updates from court. The biggest day of the presidential primaries happening today. We'll have a live report with what you need to know on this Super Tuesday. And at 6, with Baltimore's car theft crisis continuing to rise, how likely is it that your car will be stolen? We're breaking down the latest numbers as victims continue to speak out. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:17 and time now for today's talking point. A Boston restaurant is going viral after calling a would-be customer pathetic after he used his credit card's travel insurance to dispute a $250 cancellation fee. In a post online, the man says a family emergency, a trip to the emergency room for him, meant that he had to cancel his trip and his dinner reservation last minute. He says when he called the restaurant, he was told that he would be charged a cancellation fee. And so he then disputed the charge with his credit card company and was able to get his money back. The restaurant's owner then found him on social media and messaged him, calling him pathetic for taking money from a small business. Mark Clark with the Be More Lifestyle is here now, and this has blown up so much. Not the attention that restaurant wanted. I'm sure they're wishing they could backtrack now and just, you know, this is the kind when you're upset and you type out the text, but then you don't send it. That's what they should have done. Exactly. He needed to count to 10. Now this was, like you said, he just crashed his own business because of frustration. And I'm not, hey, you're too grown to be making those kind of mistakes. I know. You're a whole business owner. You would think that that's not the way to go. And I don't know. Again, if you're not tapped in, businesses that rely on social media and reputation, it is a minefield, baby. If you're watching this, you own a bit. Do not play that game because you can be shut down tomorrow. And so there is that. But also just on the human kindness side, this person had to go to the emergency room. They canceled the flight, their hotel. I mean, all of the things. If you don't know the back reason, that was a harsh way to come. And that's the purpose of, that's why you got that insurance you pay extra for. Right. For emergencies. All right. We'll see. All right, it's time for your wild and wonderful weather. We've got meteorologist Amy Aronson.
Yeah, let's head west where they're actually getting a lot of snow. Take a look at the snowy scene there. This is in the Sierra Nevada, where they have feet and feet of snow. I think 10 feet in some locations, obviously higher than the car you're seeing in this video clip here. Here's another view of Lake Tahoe, actually, looking beautiful with a fresh blanket of snowfall there. And then here's more of that heavy, heavy snow. This is at one of the ski resorts. Actually, it looks like snowed in there even. Maybe too much snow to even ski in. So that's pretty pretty incredible stuff. Now, here on the East Coast, we're just tracking rain. We're also tracking some positive news, some time changes coming up this weekend. So daylight saving time actually gets started this upcoming weekend. That's going to bump our sunset back to 7:08 by Sunday evening. So remember, we turn our clocks ahead 1 hour Saturday night before going to bed. Before we get to the weekend, though, we've got a lot of weather makers on the way. Here's that weather maker out west producing all the snow there. We've got another one in the Midwest heading our way, and then we've got one that we're actually dealing with today. That's that pesky area of low pressure lifting northward, taking our first batch of rain along with it. So we should actually be drying out for the rest of the afternoon. Things look drier for the second half of the day. More rain coming our way tomorrow, though. We've got showers closing back in by the late afternoon, early evening hours. We catch another brief break Thursday into Friday, but then we've got more rain coming our way late Friday into Saturday. So more rain to actually start off our weekend. Here's a preview of how much rain we're expecting over the next couple of days. Looks like by the start of the weekend, most locations end up with just about an inch of rain. So it's just really light, steady stuff each and every day here. Here's a breakdown of our rain chances. Today's rain chance already winding down. We do up our chance for more showers on Wednesday. That wraps up early Thursday. Briefly dry things out Friday, and then another round coming in for the start of the weekend. Here's a look at that weekend forecast. Showers on Saturday. Sunday's the better of the 2 days for outdoor plans. Breezy with highs in the cooler, low to mid 50s. Looking ahead at our full 10-day forecast shows all of our rain chances for the week ahead. Shows drier conditions getting underway Sunday into Monday and into early next week, too, with warming temperatures.
Tonight at 8 on the CW Baltimore, Crime Nation is back with a crime that is simply beyond belief. Crime Nation contributor Ashley Banfield has a sneak peek.
Coming up tonight on Crime Nation, 5 people dead, and at the center of it all, a mother convicted of killing her 2 children and conspiring to kill her husband's first wife. What led Lori Vallow Daybell to believe her children were zombies, whose bodies needed to be destroyed? Tonight, Crime Nation reveals never-before-seen footage and new insight from investigators and experts. Plus, what we're learning about her now-husband, Chad Daybell, and his doomsday beliefs and how they may have played a major role. For Crime Nation, I'm Ashley Banfield. We'll see you right here tonight on the CW.
Well, still ahead, Whole Foods is getting a whole lot smaller. Coming up, the new micro stores the chain is opening up in large cities. But first, the newest crew of astronauts have arrived at the International Space Station. The mission ahead of them. That's coming up. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News. 11:25 now. Don't miss this. The newest crew of astronauts has arrived at the International Space Station. Oh, okay. NASA says the SpaceX Crew 8 mission docked at the International Space Station early this morning. The 4-person crew includes 3 NASA astronauts and 1 Russian cosmonaut. SpaceX says the crew will conduct over 200 specific experiments and demonstrations during their time aboard the space station. There's about $1 billion up for grabs as the Powerball and the Mega Millions jackpots grow. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot worth $650 million. It has a $308.6 million cash option. The last time someone won the grand prize was back in December. And then tomorrow, the Powerball drawing will happen. That jackpot worth $485 million with a $232.4 million cash option. Good with either of those. All right, 4 lottery players in Maryland recently won $50,000. Good with that, too. 2 of those prizes still unclaimed as of this morning. In total, 31 Maryland lottery tickets worth more than $10,000 were purchased and claimed. Players in Maryland won prizes totaling more than $31 million in this past week. Mark, why don't we have any of these riches? That's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. We're messing up.
But I got to check my tickets, Patrice. I might be one of them.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is in the building along with our other queen, Persia Nicole. What's going on, ladies? Looking amazing as always. Now, let me tell you right now, when it comes to watching TV, Gen Z isn't just watching, they're also reading. New study shows more than half of Gen Z and millennials watch TV with the subtitles turned on, while older generations may only use them if they're hearing impaired. The younger crowd says they prefer to have subtitles on because it helps them pay attention. All right, Persian Nicole and the leather today. What's your take?
Come on, Matrix. Come on, Matrix.
Okay, right.
Come on, Nemo. Or Neo.
Neo. Oh, Lord.
All right,
he done mixed up two movies. Sorry about that, Persia. Go ahead, girl.
Right. I also think that the Gen Z generation is super lazy. Nobody wants to read subtitles. I don't know who came up with this, because for me, I don't even like listening to or watching something that's in a different language, and I gotta look at your mouth and be like, what they saying? So I know. No subtitles for me.
Lady T, what about you?
Oh, always subtitles. I can't see, so I really. And you know what happens when you're
can't see? What? That don't make no sense.
I can't really see it. Sometimes I'm doing something, so like I need to if I rewind back, I'm like, okay, what did the subtitle say? Or you can't understand sometimes what they're saying in the series when you're binge watching it. So it's kind of tough. So you're like, okay, wait. What are they saying? What did he say out his mouth? So it's hard to hear also. So like you'll find a lot of people have that issue. So the subtitles really help. I stopped watching the movie and I just started reading the subtitles.
You know what, Lady T, I do not mind the subtitles. My wife absolutely hates subtitles. She's like, Persian Nicole. I don't mind them though. But you just said you can't see. I don't know what your theory is.
No, because I was like, sometimes it's hard. It has to be big subtitles. So I can't just, I have to take them like bottom part of the screen like a super.
Lady T is officially young old.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Now we want you to tell her, do you turn your subtitles on when you're watching TV? Vote now on our website, foxbaltimore.com/. So when you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, a new report shows just how much money you need to make in order to be a part of the 1%, according to the 2024 Wealth Report. Here we go. You need a net worth of up to at least $5.8 million in order to be considered part of America's richest. It's a 12% increase from the previous year. And again, we want to thank Persia Nicole, who allowed us to sit on her yacht to read this article.
Exactly.
Because she's actually the only one on the show who's at 1%. Persia, how does it feel to be in that box?
I don't know. Hopefully one day I'll let you know how that feels, because I plan on playing some lottery tonight. You know what I mean? So after I win the Mega Million and then the Powerball, then I'll let you know, Mark.
Okay.
Right now,
well, Lady T's boyfriends, they're part of the 1%. How does it feel, Lady T? You've been in the...
Well, it feels like I'm in the 1%. I'm not in the 1%. I'm in that. I am in obviously the 90% that's in the list of the poorest people. But wouldn't it be great to have that as an experience?
Yes.
I mean, where you don't have to worry about money or nothing like that. You just getting flued out or flued in or Amtrak'd in. I can roll me in. Let's get eyes. I realize that. So Amtrak me in. Roll me in, boo, to a fancy restaurant and with a fur coat on. Okay.
Well, this is my thirst into how the third jacket. That if I had it, I would lease the jacket.
It's giving yacht jacket.
And you talk like this when you're the 1%.
It's giving all of that. I love it.
And the 1% yours. Now, if you're trying to eat healthy, maybe reach for some blueberries. A dietitian is ranking blueberries the best fruit you can eat. They're loaded with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. Other top healthy fruits include strawberries, raspberries, and avocado.
Berries.
It's a fruit and watermelon. Persia Nicole, that perfect skin and long hair and beautiful face. What's the secret? What fruits do you enjoy?
Well, first, I don't know where this hair came from, so I can't speak on that. But I will say... I will say that I love strawberries. I'm a watermelon girly. I love when they're in season. Let me see. What else do I love? Pineapple.
Pineapple, baby.
Lady T, same thing. Lady T, your luxurious long hair. And tell us what fuels and what fruits.
I know it was only $50.99 because it was on sale.
What fruit?
And it sits like it's. You know what? She sits like $200 or $300 Malaysian.
What fruit, Lady
but
T?
She's inexpensive, baby.
What fruit fuels that beautiful hair?
Oh, you know what? I love the berries. The berries be real out here. The only thing I will say is it does run through you. The berries do run through you, and as they go in is as fast as they come out. And that is what it is.
Thank you for that, Lady T.
Well, but no, strawberry is my favorite. Pineapple. I feel like we're missing one, Persia. There's one major
Mango
fruit
apples?
that
Is it a joke?
I love apples.
Oh, I thought you had a joke.
sometimes,
No?
but no, there's another.
Okay, well, fine, Lady T. I thought you were setting up for a joke.
Mango.
Oh no,
Lady
I really
T.
was trying to think of it. I'm gonna think about it after this.
Well, Lady T, go.
Just wait.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Persian
money.
Nicole.
Money is my favorite
There we
fruit.
go. I knew it was.
I'm sorry. I was
Persian
like,
Nicole.
I couldn't think of it.
Back to your top-rated show. Thanks for seeing you. Thank you so much.
Bye, Persian.
And coming up, Lady T's going to spill the tea. Still ahead, summer will be here before you know it, and that means the kids will be out of school. Coming up, a look at some educational toys that will help keep busy. Now, but first, a new way to find identity theft, to fight identity theft, and to do it, we're going back to the basics, baby, back to the old school.
All right.
Okay, stick around. Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
There are a lot of high-tech solutions when it comes to fighting identity theft in today's America Steals and Deals. Julie Moran shares a low-tech weapon that will leave thieves scratching their heads.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
The FTC received fraud reports from 2.4 million consumers last year and over 1.1 million reports of identity theft. One way to gain information about a person is from their mail, their private documents, and other items that have your details on them, especially banking documents. Well, here's your solution, the ID Defender. It uses a unique pattern of numbers and letters. You see that right there? So when you use it, it becomes impossible to read your information, to use it to commit fraud or identity theft. The ID Defender is the best solution because you can't put pill bottles in a shredder, and using Sharpies to cross out your info doesn't guarantee it can't be read. You can still see it in the light. Now, this is so easy to use and has over 1,600 uses. Fraud, especially credit card fraud rates, continue to climb each year, and the median loss has risen to $650, meaning Americans lose much, much more. So protect yourself with the ID Defender. Right now, we're offering 48% off, get that, on a 3-pack of ID Defender. That's 3 for less than $25. I want you to head to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Fork Farms.
A new era of ag tech is approaching quickly with exciting new developments from Wisconsin-based agricultural technology company Fork Farms. Here to tell us more is Fork Farms president Alex Tyink. Alex, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. So what is Fork Farms and what's your mission?
Fork Farms is an agriculture technology company. We're based in Green Bay, Wisconsin, right in the shadow of Lambeau Field, so I hope you don't hold that against us. And we're on a mission to bring fresh food, affordable fresh food to everybody. The way we do that is we allow everybody to become a farmer. So we put highly productive, very cost-effective indoor vertical farming systems where people work, live, and play. So think schools, hospitals, senior living facilities, corporate cafeterias, anywhere where people gather. These units kick out a lot of food, and It can help us address issues of food insecurity and food deserts, and just help freshen up people's lives a little bit.
Could you explain your new innovation, the Flex Acre, and its key features and the benefit that it has?
Sure. So the Flex Acre is a big version of our flagship system that we call the Flex Farm. It can go anywhere. Anybody can set it up. The Flex Acre system is taking that to commercial scale. Right now, if you want to build an indoor farm that will feed a whole community of people, there's a lot of barrier to entry. What we've done is we've figured out how to modularize and productize that process. These units roll in, drop on the floor, and you plug them in, and you can grow an indoor farm that's up to 50, 60,000 square feet of production. You're talking hundreds of thousands of pounds of food a year of production.
Now, we understand another exciting aspect is the system's ability to grow crops with different environmental needs in the same area. Could you share more about how that's possible and why it's beneficial?
These units being modular, we're able to uniquely and innovatively connect them together through an automation system that we co-developed with Rockwell Automation that allows you to change microclimates and environmental conditions for different parts of your farm. So if you want to grow strawberries over here, and if you want to grow leafy greens over here, and maybe cherry tomatoes over here, it's really easy to dial that into the system.
So where can our viewers go for more information? This sounds so exciting.
Well, easiest thing to do is go to forkfarms.com, and we're a bunch of real people who love to talk about farming. So even if you just want to learn more, we'd love to hear from you.
Alice, thanks for sharing this great information, man. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure, take care. Still ahead is the TikTok that went mega viral, a woman's 50-part video series about her lying husband coming up. Lady T shares the new twist in the series. But first, everything we need to know about Rihanna's private performance at a luxury wedding. Lady T's pouring out the tea next. And it's time to spill the tea this Tuesday with Lady T.
Hey, what's up, fellow tea sippers? All right, here is your tea. All right, so Rihanna has returned to the stage, y'all. She recently performed at a pre-wedding event in India for the richest man in Asia, a.k.a. India's biggest business tycoon, the son of Mukesh Ambani. He's set to get married in July. Obviously, the wedding turn-up started last weekend, though. Rihanna left with some swag and earned $6 million. They definitely got their money's worth, though. She played 17 songs on a large stage, almost the size of a stadium, and Riri clearly was feeling like she was on top of the world about her performance, okay? Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Ivanka Trump were all in attendance. Despite videos from the event going viral, it received mixed reviews online. So people said she did the bare minimum. They felt like she didn't do enough. But her bank account says otherwise, so it doesn't matter what they said, okay, Mark?
That's right. The bank account was tired. The bank account was exhausted.
She got what she needed. She got her $6 million. She had it out of there. It is what it is, okay? And she looked fabulous, too. She had a green outfit, a pink outfit. Sis rocked the stage. It was good. It was good to see her performing again. We hadn't seen her in a while. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, everybody has something negative to say, don't they?
Don't they always? Oh, haters gonna hate. Okay. Up next, you guys. All right. So one TikToker took catfishing to a whole other level. So the 50-part TikTok series that has everyone talking, Teresa Johnson, or Risa Tisa, as everybody's calling her, went viral on TikTok recently. She explains how she met, dated, and married and divorced a pathological liar. So the series is called Who Did I Marry? It got 400 million views on TikTok. Now, she is now speaking out, doing interviews, and she's giving us more tea, y'all. So she and her now ex-husband met originally on Facebook dating, and they matched on Hinge. This is not as cute as it sounds. I'm sorry, y'all. She calls him Legion in the videos to avoid legal issues. Now, Risa Tisa said he lied about his job, his finances, his life, his family, everything. He said he would buy her a car, a house, and a trip to London. He also said he played arena football. I didn't even know that was a thing. Anyway, so Legion responded on social media denying her claims. He said she's just mad that he moved on and he's now in another relationship. So he's probably catfishing somebody else right now as we speak, baby. So, I mean, the whole story was kind of crazy. I ain't had time to watch the whole 50-part series. I was like, give me the sum. Give me the whole, like, sum of it real quick.
My wife actually watched all of it, and I think the good news is I think she's signing a deal.
Yes, she is. And I saw her doing a photo shoot just now. I was just looking on TikTok. So sister's living her best life, and she's enjoying the fame. All right, up next, you guys, because the tea keeps pouring. Lastly, some sad news for football fans. Jason Kelce retired from the Philly Eagles, y'all. After 13 seasons in the NFL, he gave a beautiful speech on Monday, thanking coaches, family, and his friends. He got emotional, began crying. Then we also saw his brother, Travis Kelce, get emotional as well. No, Taylor Swift was not in attendance. I know that's what everybody want to know, okay?
Wow.
But, okay, what will Jason Kelce do now? Well, there's no official word on that, but football fans love that man, and he is hilarious. So I can only still envision him with his shirt off since the Super Bowl when he just grabbed his shirt and took it off. But he has a great podcast with his brother, Travis, and, you know, they can honestly expand on that, and sky's the limit for him. So, but they really need to stop playing and make him a sports broadcaster, though. Call him, okay? Because he is hilarious.
Yeah.
I think he just needs a mic in his hand, and he just needs, like, a camera setup, and that's it. That's all he needs, okay? What do you think, Mark?
Well, I think it's amazing. He's donating the crumbs in his beard to science. So that's also
let
good.
me tell you something. Haters gonna hate. Let me tell you something. As the tea keep pouring. That's it for the tea for today. Now, y'all know what to do at home. Y'all gotta go sip on all that tea.
Thank you, Lady T, as always. Now time for your wild and wonderful weather with meteorologist Amy Aronson. What's up, Amy?
Yes, it's rainy right now, but here's some positive news. We're starting to see some cherry blossoms pop up in D.C., and you're probably seeing some locally, too. Here's a look at some of the pretty images. This was before the rain arrived in D.C. Look how pretty it's already looking out there. Here's another cool image of the blossoms. This was actually at sunset yesterday before the rain arrived. Pretty incredible stuff. So we are nearing the peak of the blooms. That's coming up later this month, but of course, we're already getting a little sneak peek. And we're going to see more signs of spring here, too. One sign is that time change. Daylight saving time kicks off this weekend. That means we lose an hour of sleep, but we gain daylight in the evening. So we push sunset back to 7:08 on Sunday. So that's exciting news. This is coming up this weekend. You don't want to forget about that. Before we get to the weekend, though, we've got a lot of rain chances. We've got one weather maker moving through right now, two more waiting in the wings. So all these storm systems are heading our direction. Rain chance number one's actually starting to diminish now. So that's good news. We're saying goodbye to the showers as they lift up to our north. We should actually see some breaks in our clouds this afternoon and this evening before that next round arrives on Wednesday. So Wednesday we start off dry, but then we get showers creeping in by the late afternoon, early evening hours. Thursday will briefly dry out again. Thursday into Friday, actually, but then another weather maker appears by the weekend, and that's going to send us another round of showers. It's steady light rain each and every day here, so it's not a ton of rain over the next couple of days, but through the weekend, it looks like most locations end up with about an inch of rain. And here's a better breakdown of all of our rain chances. They're actually diminishing today. They go right back up tomorrow afternoon and evening, though. And then as we get into week's end, we briefly dry things out again, but more showers appear on Saturday. Here's what that means for your weekend forecast. Rain to start things off. Remember, we've got that time change overnight, and then it's breezy and drier on Sunday with highs in the cooler low to mid 50s. Here's a look at all your rain chances all the way through the weekend. The good news is things do look drier by the start of next week. Little mini cool down come Monday, but then a warm up will follow for the second half of next week.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Melissa and Doug, Spin Master, VTech, Leapfrog, and Thames and Cosmos.
It's time to announce some of the exciting new toys and toy trends for 2024. Elizabeth Werner, a toy industry expert, is here to share what's new and fun. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for having me. It's so great to be back with you. Let's jump right in with some of the great new trends that I have found for 2024. Sticker Wow. This is brought to us by Melissa and Doug. It's really innovative. It's a way for our kids to play and learn with stickers. These are actually refillable sticker stampers. They come with 300 stickers and a 24-page activity pad. They're fun, they're engaging, lots of great options. They're going to be working on counting and matching, fine motor skills. These are great for at home, but on the go as well. Our little ones, they love Paw Patrol. It's the #1 preschool property. Here's an exciting new vehicle they're going to take on their rescues and adventures. It's called Marshall's Elephant Vehicle. Now, you see those tusks and those big wheels, but here's what they love, the water projectiles. They're going to load up that trunk, push a button, project that water into the jungle wherever it might need it. And it even comes with Marshall in his red Jungle Explorer uniform, which is fabulous. Now, our little ones love to nurture. Check out gabbers, these cute little birds. We've got a blue jay, a pink finch, a white owl. All of them sing and they also talk. If we push a button on their belly, they're going to repeat what our little ones say to them in a funny voice or maybe even tweeting, which they love. They can squeeze the little hand and they're going to hear the music that comes out. They can toss them in the air. There's sensors built in. They're fully interactive. They'll keep making sound. Finally, a couple of great learning items for the older kids and us adults. The Get Go Run Marble Run. This is like the classic Marble Run, but brought to a whole new level from Thames and Cosmos. These are flexible tracks. All those pads that you see connecting them are actually nano suction cups. So there's no glue. You can put them on any flat surface. Think of the refrigerator, the sliding glass doors, your windows, your mirrors. This is all about engineering, physics, and action for the little ones. Our Learning Friends 100 Words book. This is from Leapfrog. 100 words, all great vocabulary, selected by learning experts for kids starting at 18 months. All they're going to do is push the buttons on the book. The little animals are going to tell them the words, some fun facts, some sound effects. Flip a switch. You can go from English to Spanish, and they're going to be learning animals, food, meal time, colors, and so much more.
Elizabeth, you always have such great items. Thank you so much. Where can our viewers go for more information?
You can head to our website, WernerInfo.com.
Have a great one.